Hey everyone, happy July. I thought I would start our newsletter a little differently this month with a video instead of just all text that you have to read. So I'm going to try to keep it short and sweet so you don't have to watch like something crazy long, but happy July. And June was my 7-year anniversary with Beautycounter, which is kind of unbelievable, I think, at times that I've been involved for 7 years now. The company's been around for 9. So I've been there pretty close to the beginning. And it's amazing to see and think, like, I've seen a lot of pictures coming back in my memories and things like that of my first pop-ups and what the products look like, because they don't look the same as they do now. There's a couple things that still are here that were there then, but it's really evolved over time, which is amazing. And I'm also reflecting a lot because it was my 7-year anniversary, and ironically not my best month in a while. And, I take that, and I've heard from a lot of you that you felt like it was similar. It was kind of a slower month, and, things weren't connecting, or, you just weren't getting what you wanted from, what your work was and your results. And I think no matter what, every month, right, whether it's the best month you've ever had or the worst month you've ever had or something in between, there's always a lesson to be learned from it. So I want to encourage you to take a few minutes today, or this weekend or this week, and just reflect a little bit on, kind of like what worked well, what didn't, and what are you going to do differently. And it was funny because I've thought a lot about that on my own and just reflecting on my own work for this month. I mean, many of you know we took a pretty significant trip, which was important time for our family. And I kind of, in my head, already had said, like, just let it go. That's what this month is about. That's what's important. And, I've talked to several of you too about the whole idea of look at your business in quarters. When we've come off some really strong months these last few months. That's pretty typical. Like, it'll climb, and you might have a little bit of a dip, and then it can come right back. But I want you to just keep this in mind. And I read, a lot of you know, I read this Daily Reader, John Maxwell, the Daily Reader, and it's all about leadership pieces. And today's, ironically, was titled Being Mission Conscious. And this is something I keep saying to myself, and I really want to try my best to execute that. And it's it just starts off and it says, do you and your teammates keep the big picture in mind? Or do you tend to get bogged down in the details of your responsibilities and lose sight of that big picture? And I feel like for me, I need to remember that's at the forefront. It's not about sales. It's not about recruits. It's not about whatever. It's about sharing our mission with people. Our mission is to get safer products in the hands of everyone. And when you keep that to me is a passion that burns strong in me. That was what really got me going. Like when I really dug into this, and it was even after I had joined and realized how bad, and lacking the regulation is in this industry and many others, it just infuriated me. And that's what I wanted to make my personal mission, to get out and share with people, what this meant to me and what it could mean for them too. So I'm going to encourage you to really get back to that. And whether it's in a group setting at a pop-up, online, virtually, or one-on-one, which is kind of one of my favorite ways to do it, is having those conversations with people and just really helping them to understand. Like, think about that. Even how many of your current clients really know the mission and really understand what Beautycounter is all about? We have an amazing video. You may recognize even a few faces in it when we went to DC just a couple months ago. And I think that's important to kind of remind you and be sharing that on your social media with people and around. So that's what I encourage you. Take some time, reflect a little bit about what's working, what's not, what do you want to do differently, and then are you being mission conscious, mission centric, and thinking about how you can share this with others? So let's start. We go from hero to zero. Let's start it all over again, and let's have a great month.